Well, hello everyone. My name is Colin Wilson. I'm here doing another one of our Survive and Thrive interviews. I have a gentleman that's about to join us who is an absolute legend, like all the customers that we've done, but this is a bit different. His name's James Gillard. He's from a company called Insurance Made Easy. And when we started our business 12 years ago, I've had a great relationship with him. And it's one thing that about his company, Insurance Made Easy, he's made life easy for us with all of our insurances. So James, introduce yourself, give yourself a plug.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Colin. Appreciate the opportunity of having a chat. James Gillard, Insurance Made Easy's Managing Director. I'm not quite sure why we called the business Insurance Made Easy, but it is actually Insurance Made Hard often. But the main aim is for us to make it easy for our clients, and that's generally what is coming out, on most days. Most clients' interactions that we have really done well. Yesterday, as an interesting point, one of our clients wanted to cancel a policy. I went back in writing to them why they shouldn't cancel, and the lady came back within half an hour and said, "You're a very wise man. Thank you for your help and appreciate the promptness of the reply." And that's really what we're trying to do at the moment, is get back to everybody that's got a concern or an issue, because their minds are just churning at 1,000,000 miles an hour. What can they do? How can they solve this problem? And I think if we get back to people promptly with a good solution, they very much appreciate it, and probably more so now than ever before.
And you've got a great team at Insurance Made Easy. And how are you coping with your team at the moment? There's no doubt you must have had an influx of calls of people coming through wanting to check their policies, and you just gave a good case study of that. Cancelling a policy, or what do I need to do here to try and save some money? But how is your business coping right now with your team in serving your customers?
Well, I think the team are actually doing extremely well. A few things. One, we got half the team working from home one day, half in the office, and then vice versa. So it's sort of a rotating shift, and the other ones are working from home. So we are seeing them on a semi-regular basis, but there's daily phone calls going back and forth, and they're all dealing with clients. Now, because of the fact that the clients are in a lot of anguish, I've actually sitting on the office floor. I'm not in my office, so I've actually taken up, and the staff are going, "How many desks do you really need?" Because I'm now sitting on 3 or 4 of them. But what I'm doing is, when I'm not doing something like this or on a phone call, I'm actually listening in to everybody else of what's going on, and where I can see they're getting into a little bit of trouble, or something's a bit difficult for them, how to solve the problem. I'm going and standing over next to them and just sort of gently tapping them on the shoulder to say, "I'm here with you if you need my help," or something. And then often I'll end up taking the phone call, because each case is actually individual. And I will say the insurers have been absolutely sensational in working through the issues. They've put out some blanket rules and policies, but everyone has its own set of circumstances. So effectively what we do each day is we'll send something to an insurer, whether it be email or a phone call, and most of the time their response is, "What do you need? How do we need to solve this issue? Okay, let's do it." And they make decisions on the spot. But having the knowledge of how to jump through something is really only the senior team, because we've been around for a long time. And so that's why I'm sitting in and listening to as many conversations as I can, and then taking the more difficult ones and then getting onto that straight away, so I can help the client and get back to them pretty quickly.
I think one thing is, I think you've been going since 1992, and you are an expert in your field, so that's absolutely fantastic. But you got a sign behind you, which I absolutely got my eyes drawn to it, which says, "Choose to see good stuff." What's that all about?
Yeah. So what I found is that in the early days, say around about the 25th of March through to about the 2nd of April, we just got absolutely hammered with calls with people's, in anguish, problems, whatever And so I was leaving the office myself drained, and then I thought, well, if I'm leaving the office drained, how must the team be feeling? So I thought about getting this banner made up, and it actually has 3 components to it. The first one is choose to see the good stuff. The second one, I can't remember, find something positive in every situation. And the bottom one is actually have a good day. So I've got that at the front door as they walk in to the inside our own office. And likewise, they go out to the toilets, they go out to get a coffee. They're seeing it all the time. And that was to remind us all that, yes, there is some hard times and we're dealing with hard situations, but always choose to see the good stuff. Forget about the bad stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Yes, there's lessons to be learned out of every bad thing that happens, but we want to see the good side of things. And if you have that lasting memory sitting there, you tend to think on the more positive side than the bad side.
And even for your customers too, what's their lasting memory as well? Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? Yeah.
Correct.
Mate, I absolutely love you. I endorse you to every customer, and I want to make sure that, you know, my customers looked after, and that's what's happened. You know, one of our clients is going through they're going through buying a business and setting up a business and stuff like that. And I've just referred them to you, and we've had a great little conversation over the last 48 hours. And I thought this would be absolutely fantastic to showcase you and your business out to our network of key business advisors. So how would someone get in contact with you or find you if they needed to speak to you or one of your team?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to take the phone calls directly. So either our office number on 039 757 8181 is a toll-free number, or even my mobile is 0418 341260.
Yep. And you look after some really big customers out there. I know you've got a lot of franchise networks and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, in fact, I just had a phone call from a business coach, funnily enough, who's just starting out. And he said, look, I might be too small for you. And I said, we are the SME experts. So if you're a couple of $1,000 turnover through to 50 million, that's our sweet spot. Beyond that, business has become a bit too big for us. So we concentrate on what our specialties are and the SME market. And that's really where we enjoy dealing as well, because we can help guide and mentor and find the right policies in that place. So no, I won't say there's any client too small. I will say there is some clients that are too big for us, but they're the big end of town and not our sweet spot.
Yeah. And look, we're going to put your details up on the end of this interview. So, you know, we'll turn it to a YouTube and we'll put your contact details up with your website and everything like that. I want to say thank you. And look, you know, we'll put it out there. You know, Lorraine and I, we started Kiva Careers a few years ago. We rang you up and said, listen, we need your help. You're at our doorstep within 5 minutes. You coached us through what to do. And, you know, that type of service is something that every business owner out there is looking for, especially in times like now. I know you'll still go out and visit a customer, providing that everything is safe. But,
correct.
You know, business doesn't stop. We've got to keep the Australian economy going. We've got to keep everything going. And most of all, we need to make sure that we've got our insurances covered of our businesses, because I think that certainly post this COVID-19, I think the lawyers are going to have a good time in going some small businesses for maybe doing the wrong thing or things are not quite right.
Yeah, correct. Very much so. And, you know, again, just coming back to it, anybody's got any insurance inquiries, if they just want to check on their policy, I'll do that all obligation free. I'm just happy to help people where I can, because that's really the ethos of the way I've grown up. And you help someone out, whether there's any financial gain or not, doesn't matter to me. It's a matter of trying to help someone out.
And then it all comes back in the end, the
Correct,
way it works. All right, champ. Thanks very much, and love your work, and we'll catch up soon. Cheers.
I thought you were going, yeah. I love you too.
Oh, that's it, no, mate. We've got to have that. We've got to have that bite to eat at the Red Emperor like we did that night.
Look forward to us.
That was a brilliant night. Anyway, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thank you. See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.